Hi, welcome to my video on factoring number 1, and this is practice number 1A. So we're starting at factoring at the beginning, so let's look at the factoring. Find the numerical GCF, greatest common factor of each. So the greatest common factor numerical, we take the smallest number 4 and look to see if they're factors of 18. That's the quicker way that I do it. 4 is not a factor of 18. 2, they're even, so 2 is. So the GCF is 2. And we got 15, 35. Let's look at the factors of 15. 15 is not a factor of 35, but 5 is. 5 is, this ends in 5, and this ends in 5, so the GCF is 5. And we got 16, 24, and 40. So the smallest number is 16. 16 is not a factor of 24. We have an 8. 8 is a factor of 16. 8 is a factor of 24, but is not a factor of 44. The next factor of 16 is 4. 4 into 24 is 6. 4 into 44 is 11. So 4 is the GCF. So the numerical GCF. Number 2, find the variable GCF, greatest common factor. So variable. So when we find the variable, we see what variable is common in both terms. So x is common, and we take the smallest exponent of 2, because x to the 5 is x squared times x cubed. So x squared is common. We have an a to the 6, a cubed a, so a is common. And the smallest exponent of 6, 3, and 4 is a 3, so a cubed. And here we have a double. We have x's and y's. X is common, so we look at the x. Smallest exponent of x is 2 and a 1, so it's a 1. We have a y that's common, so we write down the y. Smallest exponent is 4. So x, y to the 4th is the GCF. And we have another one. We have an A's, B's, and C's. Let's see. A is common, right? So we got a 3, 2, and a 1. So there's A. B is in all the terms, so we take out a B. So B got a 4, 2, and 3. So the 2 squared is common. And we got a C in every term, so we write that down. We got a 5, 3, and a 6. So a 3 is common. So a, b squared, c cubed is the GCF. And in E, again, we have all these terms. We have an x and an x, but no x. We have a z and a z and a z, but no z. We have a y, so y is the only variable that's common. We got a 6, 3, and 2. So y squared is the GCF. And let's continue. Now, let's put it all together. Find the GCF of each. Now we're looking at the numerical one. So we got a 10 and 15. So 10 is not a GCF, but 5 is. 5 is a common factor. And we got an x in each term, so we write down the x, and the smallest exponent is 2. We got 7 and 21, so the numerical one, 7 is a factor of both of these. So 7 is numerical GCF. There's an a in every term, so we write that down. Smallest exponent is 3, so 7a cubed GCF. In C, we got a 12 and an 8. The numerical GCF is even, but I see a 4 because 8 is not a factor of 12. The next largest is 4, so 4 is a factor of both. We have an x in each term, so we write that down. Smallest exponent is a 1, so the 1 is understood. We have a y in every term, so the smallest exponent is 1, so 4xy is the GCF. D, 9 and 12, smallest number is 9. 9 is not a factor of 12, but 3 is. 3 is a factor of both of these, so 3 is a GCF. We have a in every term, so we write it down. So a to the 1, a to the 1, so a to the 1. We have a b in every term, so b squared, b cubed. B squared is the smallest. We have a c in every term, write that down. Smallest exponent is 1, understood. See the 1, understood. So a, 3a, b squared c is the GCF. And in E, we have a 14, 21, and 7. The smallest number is 14. 14 is not a factor of 21, but the next largest factor of 14 is 7. 7 is a factor of 21 and 70, so 7 is the numerical GCF. We have an x in every term, write it down. So we got a 4, 3, and a 6. 3 is the smallest. And with A is in this term, but it's not common. B is in this term, but it's not common in the others. So 7x cubed. Number 4, state the first rule of factoring. Well, my first rule of factoring is I will remove, first rule of factoring is remove the GCF if it's common. If there's a GCF in every term, then take it out. That's the first rule, always the first rule. Remove the GCF if there is one, if it's common to each term. Number 5, what is the GCF of each? So we're only asking you to pick out the GCF of these terms. So I see a 3 is here and is in 12, so 3 is the numerical GCF. There's no x. Here I see an x squared and a x, so I see an x common in each term. And there's 1 is the numerical GCF, understood. Right here in these two, I see a 4 and a 10, and they're even, so I see a 2 is a GCF, and I have an x in every term, so I take out the smallest exponent, which is 3 and 2, so that's 2x squared. And in D, I see a 15 and a 20, and I see a 5. 5 is a GCF. I got an x in every term, so I take out the smallest power, which is 12 and 10. 10 is the smallest. We have a y in each term, so we take out the smallest power is 4. So 5, x to the 10, y to the 4. And let's continue. Factor each. Now we're going to factor each of these. So we look for the GCF first. So I see a 6 is common, so 6 is a factor. So 6 divided into 6x is x, 6 into 12 is 2, so that's the factorization. And we're looking for the numerical GCF, so I see a 5 and 7, so there's no numeric, only 1. I see an x in every term, so I take that out. Smallest exponent is 1, so 5x squared divided by x is 5x. And a negative 7x divided by x is negative 7. Again, you can check these by doing the distributive property. 6 times x, 6x. 6 times 2 is 12. And C, I see a 15 and a 10. The GCF is 5. I see an x in every term, so I take out the smallest exponent of x, which is 3. And now we divide. 15x to the 4th divided by 5x cubed is a 3x. 10x cubed divided by 5x cubed is a negative 2. D, GCF again. I see an 8 and a 20, or 8 and 44, so I see a 4 that's common. 8 is the largest factor here, but it's not a factor of 44. 8 is next. I see an x in every term, so I take out x cubed, x squared, I take out the x squared. I see a y in every term. Smallest exponent of 4 and 6 is 4. Now we'll divide. 8 divided by 4 is 2. X cubed divided by x squared is x. And x fourth divided by x to the 4th cancels. Plus 44 divided by 4 is 11. X squared divided by x squared is 1. And y to the 6 divided by y to the 4 is y squared. Now we have 3 terms, so we again look for the GCF first, if there is. Smallest number is 3. 3 is a factor of 6 and 15, so we take out the 3. X is in every term, so I take the x out. Smallest exponent is 3, 2, and 1, so there it is. And we divide. 3x cubed divided by 3x is x squared. Negative 6x squared divided by 3x is negative 2x. And positive 15x divided by 3x is plus 5. And in F, let's see, we got a 14, 21, and 11. 11 is primed, but there's no 11 as a factor here. So the GCF, numerical GCF is 1. We see an A in every term, so we take out an A. Square 1 and 1. So I see a B in every term. So we see B to the 1. So AB is the GCF. So 14A squared B divided by AB is 14A. Subtract. Negative 21AB squared divided by AB is negative 21B. And a negative 11AB divided by AB is a negative 11. And let's continue with number 7. Factor each by removing the negative in the first term. We should always make sure that each polynomial do not start with a negative. So let's remove the negative here, but there's only a 1, so we take a negative out, negative 1 out. So negative x divided by negative is positive x. Positive 8 divided by a negative is negative 8. Again, this is understood to be negative 1. Negative 1 times x, negative x. Negative 1 times negative 8, 8. Again, we have a negative. Negative is in the leading term, negative 1, so we take it out. Negative x divided by negative 1 is x. Negative 7 divided by negative 1 is plus 7. C, we have a negative again, but we have a 1 coefficient, so we have a negative, and we have an x in each term. So let's take out the negative x. Negative x squared divided by negative x is x. Positive x divided by negative x is negative 1. D, I see a negative again. 5 is a factor of 5 and negative 15, so 5 is the numerical GCF. And we have an x in each term. We take out the smallest exponent, x squared. So the GCF is a negative 5x squared. So negative 5x squared divided negative 5x cubed divided by negative x squared is x. Negative divided by negative is a positive. 15 divided by 5 is 3. And x squared divided by x squared is 1. So we have negative 5x squared times x plus 3. E, we have a negative in the, again, is the leading term because it's x to the 4th x cubed, so we take out the negative. 14 to 21, I see a 7 as a common factor, and I see an x, and the smallest exponent of x is 3. So let's divide. Negative divided by negative is positive. 14 divided by 7 is 2. x4 divided by x cubed is x. Positive divided by negative is a negative. 21 divided by 7 is 3. X cubed divided by x cubed is 1. F. Now I see the leading term, even though I have doubles here, this is the leading term here. We take out a negative. I see a 20 and a 30. I see a 10 as being common factor. I see an A. Smallest exponent of A is 2. I see a B. Smallest exponent of B is 1. So now divide. Negative divided by negative positive. 20 divided by 10 is 2. A cubed divided by A squared is A. B divided by B is 1. Now let's divide. Negative divided by negative is a positive. 30 divided by 10 is 3. A squared divided by A squared is 1. A to the 4th divided by, B to the 4th divided by B is B cubed. And we have here the last one. 3 terms, and again they're double variables, but let's go in terms of x. So if we take them as they are in order, let's change this one to a 2. So some people say x is the first, but let's make this a 2 so we won't get confused because some people could question it. So let's look at this as descending in terms of x, not looking at the y. So 6, 4, and 2, so that'll make it better. We have a negative in the leading term, so we take out the negative. 9, 6, and 15. Smallest number is 6, so 6 is not a factor of 9, but 3 is. And 3 is a factor of 15. X is in every term, so we take it out. So we got 6, 4, and 2. 2 is the smallest. And y is in the second term, but is not in the others. So that's the numerical GCF. Let's divide. Negative divided by negative is positive. 9 divided by 3 is 3. X to 6 divided by x squared is x fourth. Positive divided by negative is negative. 6 divided by 3 is 2. X to the fourth divided by x squared is x squared. 4 subtract 2 is 2. And we have a y. Negative divided by negative is positive. 15 divided by 3 is 5. X squared divided by x squared is 1. So we have the first practice here is on the numerical GCFs. And like all my videos, if you like my video, then click on the like button, subscribe button, and thank you for viewing my video. Hope the video helped you. Bye bye.